All right, so opening cover we've got here is another one of Yamato Golden Harvest, chapter 1123, The Void Fortnight. That won't make sense until we've gotten into the manga a little bit, so let's dive in. So let's see, so we start off. Okay, yeah, that's right, I just got confused, I thought I was on the wrong page. Alright, so we start off with people trying to contact the Marines, who have all been knocked out by the Joy Boy haki that was released by the robot last chapter. Even Vice Admirals like Dol are down, and you've got Seraphim S Snake trying to wake them up. So yeah, the Marines are taken care of. So then we get onto the next page, where they acknowledge that everyone's knocked out, and the giants, Dory and I'm terrible with their names, but the giants are wondering if the haki was stronger than Shanks, which is impressive. But Joy Boy has some great feats by the sounds of it. Luffy thanking the robot, and the robot is inactive again. So then we go on, and we're gonna get out of here. And they charge away. There's Tiny Bonnie sleeping. Not sure who that's on. Don't care. Zoro's exhausted. Usopp's laughing and crying in joy. Everyone's happy. Luffy's old because, fifth gear after effects, getting cradled by Nami, lucky guy. And Sanji talking to a, assumedly dead Vegapunk. Seems outrageous, and obviously it is outrageous. He's stirred up a hornet's nest. But big announcement: setting sail to ELBAPH. This is one I think everyone's been looking forward to for a while, right? Land of the Giants. This should be Usopp's shining moment, potentially. But then we get a flashback to Egghead about, this will be the Void Fortnight. But they say about a abnormality in the numbers from the power plant, which they come to the conclusion that these aren't the numbers we confirmed, are they? Response rate is rising, but the power plant remains stable. So they come to the conclusion here that someone has stolen some of the Mother Flame, and that the only person who could pull off such a feat is a Vegapunk. And Vegapunk instantly suspects Lilith, because she's the evil part of Vegapunk. Obviously, we know it's York, but kind of funny that he instantly suspects Lilith and then immediately goes and says, "Oh yeah, like Lilith." So they siphoned off energy, and they immediately went to set their brains on stealth mode. Oh, and these three have alibis, so that it couldn't have been them. So they need to keep their brains on stealth mode, so that if anything they share with Punk Records would go to the culprit, so they can't allow that, like Lilith. Poor Lilith. And then a week later, they identify it as York, so they knew it was York. But why didn't they act on it? Well, we're going to find out in a second. Information that was synced with, that she synced with Punk Records were all dummies, fake. Video footage fake, cam snails, infiltration route, and what's the purpose? And also begging forgiveness of Lilith because he was constantly blaming her. She controlled the sea beasts. Traces of wire tapping the white transponder snail. Found his, and then he recovers data of a long distance snail call, which Dr. Vegapunk is studying, the Void Sentry, which is a death sentence, as we saw with Ahara. and it went to Marijoa. Another one I'm not good at pronouncing, Marijoa, whatever. Please don't criticize my pronunciation. And that's why they were getting investigated a lot. And then a day later, they hear that Lelucia is gone, and is an omen. Pythagoras, keep a close eye on wireless transmissions and underground reservoir levels. Do you think it's related to the stolen Mother Flame? I do. She must have used the Sea Beast weapons to transport it to the government. And what are they using it for? Well, in summation, they want to use it to power an ancient weapon. And obviously, Vegapunk, being somewhat involved, has a crisis of guilt here. And he blames it on himself, isolate greed from the human mind. York is the manifestation of greed. And, it makes sense. Greed would love what the celestial dragons have. Just laziness, eat what you want, do what you want. It's the ultimate of greed. So then we get to the next page. Talking about apprehending her, but it's already too late. As he says, anyone who learns of the Void Sentry is going to be eliminated. But York basically demonstrated her potential value by handing this over. So made herself valuable at the expense of everyone else. It's horrible, but we know what York is like now. So they talk about escaping, but Vegapunk talks about it in for the civilians of Egghead, not about themselves. They've got death on them already. They're screwed. Secret orders have been given out. They would be hounded to the end of the earth. It's over for them. So he wants his death to have meaning. I have the means to maximize the reach of my voice, and that was the message he sent out on his death. Just what is the government? The world government? That's an interesting question entirely. But obviously, this is his statement. If I must die, it won't be for nothing. Which is what the statement he wanted to give out news of the Void Sentry. Obviously enough to kind of stir some feathers, but not to get everyone kind of caught up in it. And they're all like, we're all Vegapunk, so it's fine. Let's go down with the ship. And my scrolling stopped working. Let's do this. This will fix it. Weird. Is what will death accomplish? And we all hear, and there's the big old brain again. There is one other thing we can't afford to lose. The cloud plant that produces island clouds. It's interesting, he says that the clouds will be the foundation of humanity's survival. Now, obviously, it's been established that the world is sinking. So perhaps the plan is to elevate the world on clouds. Maybe. But then we go on, and there's some talking with York. They're pretending they don't know that she's a traitor. Giving the Mother Flame a little test run. If we can move this thing with it, it might be the ideal energy source. So it's all like a little kind of like deception. 2 days ago, so we've skipped 5 days now. Unless I missed one skip ahead, I don't think I did. So this is where they record the message. There you go. I am Dr. Vegapunk, a humble genius scientist. And then this is where he reveals that he hid it. We've already found out, but he hid it in the robot, and it will transmit on his death. Stuff we already knew, and obviously everyone's shocked. We knew that. Then we go to here. This is how they sort of this is why they're all like shocked before, and you're like, well, they should have known this. This is the Void Fortnite coming in. They have a way to erase the events from their minds, and they're doing 2 weeks worth of it. Where does it say that? think it says over here. No, it doesn't. I knew it says it somewhere. Of many other memories. From our minds. I swear it said 2 weeks somewhere. However, this will come at the cost of many other memories, such as York's betrayal and the theft of the Mother Flame, and the imminent threat to our lives. Startled anew. It's fine. It'll say it. It must say it later then. But it says the utter will is none other than our ultimate triumph. And then obviously they don't remember. But he left himself a little note. And there's where it says it. There is now a void fortnight, but it was done of your own volition. Weird translation part here. There are many surprises in store for you. LOL. Surprised they put LOL. I'll give you one piece of information. And this is where he reveals to himself that about the world government knowing about his research into the Void Century, and that you've put a perfect countermeasure, and that you're gonna die. And then they get all the news that Straw Hat's there, Bonnie's there, CP6 are there, Navy battleships are there, Kizaru and Saint Saturn are there, and they all panic. So that'll be fun when it gets to the anime. And they're talking about saving Bonnie, and that Vegapunk plans to remain, and he knows he's going to die, but he's obviously made peace with that. And then he talks about the One Piece and how he wants the Straw Hats to get it. I want your crew to be the ones who get it. So that's another supporter of Luffy, but he tends to do that, doesn't he? He gets everyone's support. And they talk to going to ELBAPH. Onward to ELBAPH, onward to my dream. I think that's probably Usopp saying that, because he was the one always most excited about ELBAPH. And that's where we end. And the next chapter, there's no break, so there's another chapter next Sunday, so that'll be exciting, see where it goes. But it looks like this is the end of Egghead. We're done with the Egghead arc, and we will be moving on to ELBAPH. So look forward to that. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.